UJ, you're going to show us this new risk management platform for enterprises that Qualys has out called TruRisk. Show me what you got.
So our brand new capability is called Enterprise TruRisk Management. It's industry's first risk operations center in cloud.
Okay, show us what you got. What are we looking at right now?
Yeah, you're looking at uh, the overall risk that exists within your organization. So what you see at the top here is the risk score for your organization. In this particular instance, it is 529.
Excuse my ignorance. What does 529 mean?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
risk can be anywhere from 1 to 1,000. Lower the score, better it is. So it's not like
Right.
credit score, it's exactly the opposite.
What makes up this 529 number?
The true risk score concepts exist at three levels. It exists at the organization level, at the individual asset level, and business entity level. And business entity is nothing but group of assets. So you may have, for example, a certain application that are more critical to your business versus others. Then you can group them into critical application, just as an example, right? So we calculate true risk score for all the asset that exists within that business entity, and we give you a true risk score for that business entity. And then we aggregate all the business entity true risk score to give you an overall true risk score for your organization.
And is there a way to that I can drill down and see what these numbers mean?
Yeah, so let's look at business entity. So there are five business entities in this particular instance. There is a business entity called Tier 1, there is finance, there is prod, there is PCI, and then there is Timbling. So these are your business entities within the organization. Now, we also have a concept of risk quantification. Each business application may mean different to your business. So in this particular example, Tier 1 means approximately 560 million to business. So if anything had to happen to this particular application, the financial loss is rather large.
By the way, I think I'm grokking this right away because the red line is the true risk score and the dotted line is the risk appetite. Our risk score is well above our risk appetite, so that's not good.
Exactly. Now, there you go. Bingo. Yes. So in this particular instance, you have five business entities, and the risk score is way above the risk appetite. Now, as you know, organizations typically have limited resources. Whether you're a large bank or a small SMB shop, you still have limited resources. Organizations cannot fix everything. There are just too many vulnerabilities, too many misconfigurations, too many policy violation. You cannot fix everything.
So explain more of like how we deal with this.
Yeah, so to address that challenge, the enterprise to risk management allows you to prioritize risk based on the overall business value. So
Mhm.
if I am the security um, administrator managing risk for my organization, I would obviously, in this particular instance, look at tier one application
Right.
because it means a lot to my business. And currently, I'm not doing good because I have large number of vulnerabilities that I need to fix.
Right. It seems in this case that you could just focus on tier one and that would be the greatest business value to you right here.
Exactly. And that's what our platform allows you to do. Now, let me drill into this particular business
Hmm.
entity. So, here is what we know about this business entity. Uh, there are about 678 number of asset that exist.
Hmm.
Here is some additional context you can provide regarding this business entity, like um, loss type, for example, what will business interruption mean? What will extortion mean?
And how are you coming to these dollar amounts here?
Yeah, so this is something that we normally work with our clients. So we work with the CISO, with the CFO, with the key stakeholders,
So
and
they're
we
the
work with
ones telling you what these dollar amounts are.
Exactly. And oftentimes they have that information, but they may not necessarily expressing it in a way uh, that they would like to. So here's where we can help them. And we, in fact, have a uh, what we call our MROC strategic alliance. So we have our partners who can also work with them and help them derive at these numbers, because it's not that straightforward exercise. Obviously, there is some work that needs to be done, but we have experts that can help you in understanding the overall risk, the loss magnitude, the
Mhm.
business value, and what all these different loss type means to their business.
Excellent. Okay, what more do we have to show off here?
Okay, so let's now dive into one of these business application, and let's look at the data.
And are there means or advice here to show me how to lower these risks?
Yes. So this particular instance, there are 678 hosts, and there are 7 assets, and they seem to be critical to business, and they seem to have a lot of vulnerabilities that is causing the true risk score to be really high. So as a security team, those are the assets that you will focus on. And once you have looked at this information, right, then you can determine why the true risk score is so high. So now I can dive into individual asset and see what's going on. So in this particular instance, I can see that the true risk score for this particular asset is 500, sorry, excuse me, 925.
Hmm.
So now I can dive deeper and try to understand why the true risk score is very high for this asset. Because this particular asset belongs to tier one application that is very critical to business, it's really important to understand why the true risk score for this individual asset is high. Because if you have these type of assets where you have a lot of critical vulnerabilities and misconfigurations, then your overall risk um, for that particular business entity would be high. And that's exactly what's happening here, right? So now you can drill down into this asset and understand why the true risk score in this particular instance is high. So as you can see, this particular asset has a lot of critical vulnerabilities, which is causing the true risk score.
And is there a way that one can take an action on this information from here? Are we like connected to Jira or anything? Like, how does one take action from this?
Yeah, absolutely. So once you have understanding of the overall risk, what are the critical vulnerabilities you need to fix, you can use our remediation capability to apply. So the way the remediation works in our platform is that we have our own remediation capability, we have a patch management capability, we have true risk mitigate capability that allows you to apply temporary mitigations. However, if your client is leveraging their own solution for remediation, then we will work with
Hmm.
them as well. For example, you can log Jira ticket, you can log ServiceNow ticket to take care of this vulnerability. So those controls are provided within our platform.
Any last thing you want to show off here?
No, I think we covered what we wanted to cover, from how we calculate the true risk score at the asset level, at the business entity level, and how we give you a breakdown of the overall risk for a particular business entity.
All right, let me ask you one closing question. Who is the sort of the security leader that this is most appropriate for? Like, not just their title, probably CISO, but what is the situation that is prime for this solution here?
The good news is that multiple stakeholders benefit from this solution. Of course, the folks that would be managing this solution would be typically folks who manage vulnerability management program for their organization. So I would say that that would be the user of this platform. But in terms of who would benefit, obviously the security leadership team would benefit from it, right? Because they want to communicate risk to other stakeholders, maybe to the board, maybe to the C suite. And today in the industry, the way risk gets communicated is usually multiple dashboards, number of alerts, number of vulnerabilities. There is no common language of risk. But using our ETM solution and using the concept of business entity risk appetite and true risk score, it allows these teams to understand what we are doing in terms of cyber risk, where we are, and what are some of the things we need to do in order to bring the risk down.
Thank you very much, UJ, for showing this out. Now, if you, our audience, would like to know more about how Enterprise TruRisk platform could work in your environment, well, you got to go check out what they're doing over there at Qualys. Go check out their website. The address is right there, qualys.com.